What's going on, everybody? Neo Trainer back again, and today is a very exciting day because we are going to be breaking into the first half of the newly released Scarlet and Violet base sets. As you can see here, I have a box of Scarlet, I have a box of Violet. We're going to be starting off with Scarlet today. We're going to go ahead and leave Violet off for another video. But I am really excited to finally get into this. This is actually going to be the first time I've gotten into a base set since the original Pokemon base set. So this is going to be a lot of fun for me to open because I feel like I'm starting over again. But if you haven't seen already, these sets are stacked. There are so many art rares, secret art rares, full arts, trainers. It's insane. I've seen a lot of them, but I can't even tell you which one's getting which booster box is getting which cards. I can kind of guess that Scarlet is going to be getting all of the prehistoric paradox looking Pokemon. Violet's going to be getting all the futuristic. I'm pretty sure that's a guarantee at this point, but which one gets what art rares and not that I don't know. So I haven't been keeping up on that. So a lot of this is going to really be a surprise for me today. But I'm really excited to go ahead and get into this. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to get this cut open real quick. Now, something that you may have seen that Pokemon actually decided to do with these booster boxes coming from Japan is that the design of the booster box is a little bit different. And I'll show you what I mean in just a moment here. But as you can see, right here at the front, they now have a perforated tab that you have to rip. Because one of the things that I've noticed a lot looking at listings in Japan is that you usually see a lot of unsealed boxes being sold online. And I guess Pokemon Japan finally decided, nope, we don't want to deal with that anymore. We're having too much of an issue with that. So they've started putting a perforation on the box so you know whether or not it's been broken into. So a really nice detail that they've started including in these booster boxes. So if I can get that in there. There we go. We have this booster box opened up. You can see right there we got the pack art for Koraidon, which surprisingly, when I initially finally got to play, wasn't a big fan of Koraidon. I was more, like a lot of other people, more into the Miraidon because I like the futuristic look. But man, after playing this game and beating it, 100%ing everything, I really came to enjoy his design a lot more than Miraidon. Don't get me wrong, still love Miraidon, still plan on playing Violet as well, but I think Koraidon's definitely my boy at this point. But let's go ahead and get started with our first pack. Let me go ahead and grab my scissors because I don't trust myself to be able to open these with my fingers. And see what we get. Now these packs, I believe you're only looking about 5 cards each. Let's see if we can figure that out. Now, one thing I will say, even though I played Scarlet, beaten it, 100%ed it, got all Pokemon, everything, I still don't remember most of the new Pokemon's names. So you're going to probably see me bypassing some of these Pokemon. If you do, please give me a free pass. If you feel the need to correct me in the comments down below, please feel free. It's not going to hurt my feelings. But here, let's go ahead and get started because we have a Pawniard beginning. We go into a Riolu, which is a really great looking card. I love a lot of the artwork I'm seeing so far. We got Lechonk, which I believe Lechonk gets 2 arts. And then we have, regular Holo Halucha, which is really neat to see. Right behind that, we have a Torkoal. So, yep, we're looking at about 5 cards per pack, and I believe 30 packs in these boxes as well. I think we are still looking at kind of like what we've seen with some of this specialty sets, where we should be getting at least 3 art rares. We should be still getting our secret rare, and then this set brings back EXs, so we should be seeing a couple of EXs as well. I just don't know how many per box we're going to be looking at, but keeping it going, we have a Weasel right here. We have, I think, Dolive, if I remember correctly. We got a Fido, and we got a Staraptor, and right behind that, we got a Wugtrio. Such a weird Pokemon, but I gotta love him. He was one of the first ones I caught. I actually had him on my team for quite some time before I finally decided, I want to try some of the other Pokemon, which I have to say, out of this entire new set of Pokemon, Greavard, out of anything, is my favorite. Don't get me wrong, I love Houndstone, but I'm a big dog person, so Greavard is probably my absolute favorite Pokemon out of this new set, or this new generation. But keeping it going, we have Seviper, we have a Wiglet, okay. Right behind that, we have a Trainer, and then we have a Metachamp, okay. So starting off a little bit slow, but getting to see a lot of really great new artwork. Go ahead and get into this next pack. Now I have to say, this set was not easy to get a hold of. I was very, very lucky to even get these two because I ended up doing the lottery on Amazon Japan, as I typically do, and I managed to snag these. I didn't think I was going to because I won a lottery previously. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to get it again. But I lucked out, and they gave me the chance to get both boxes. So I definitely say check Amazon Japan every once in a while, because when they do these new releases, they have to go by invitation. But I've been pretty lucky each time. So, whoa, hey, look at that. So we got our first EX, which is, again, my boy Koraidon right there. And I have to say, I really love how they did the holo on this card, especially those sparkles. You know, I kind of thought when I was seeing the jumbo cards from the Paldea collection boxes that like, that's just meant for the jumbo card. I didn't realize that they were going to have this on the actual cards themselves. So this is really cool to see. Let me go ahead and see. Do we got anything behind Koraidon? Nothing too big there. But there we go. First look right there. Definitely enjoying that. Let me go ahead and get my sleeves, because I did, as I typically forget, I actually have them this time around. So we'll go ahead and get him sleeved up. All right, so my first hit, very happy to see that there. Getting into the next pack. But yeah, I would love to know if you guys, have you managed to be able to get a hold of these? Are you, you know, if you're not getting them Japanese, do you plan on getting the set in English? I'm sure a lot of you are. But, you know, I really like to hear how lucky you guys were to get these in Japanese if you're able to. But getting into the next pack, there we go. We have Croagunk. We have, Charcadet. This is actually, I think, number 2 right behind Greavard. I really like Charcadet. Really love Armarouge and Ceruledge, I think is how it's pronounced. But Charcadet, I like that chibi look that he got to him. So right behind that, we have Sada, which is a full art card I would love to be able to pull. And then right behind there, we have, what is that? The gym behind our character's house in the actual game. Okay, next pack. Really happy to see we haven't pulled our secret rare right off the bat like we typically do when we get these Japanese boxes. So it looks like it's going to give me a little bit of time before we start pulling those. But here we go. We have, we got Smoliv, okay. Right, ooh, we got Riolu. So our first art rare, Riolu working out, making a whole mess of that living room, it looks like. Really cool to see. And then right behind Riolu, we have a Zangoose. Look at that. I love the art. This was actually one of the art rares I was really hoping I'd get. So this, and definitely Armarouge. I love the Slowpoke. I would really love to get that Greavard. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed we get that. That, though, I believe is going to be in the Violet set. So we shouldn't expect to see him here. But that's our first art rare. Getting into the next pack. See what we can pull. We have a Drifloon. We have a Bisharp. Another Lechonk. Got a Floatzel. And then we have Penny. I believe Penny does have a full art as well. And then she's got a rare, or a secret rare for her cards. So definitely a character I was like thinking, yeah, they need to give her a full art card for this set. And I'm glad to see that they did. Okay. Now, whether or not we're going to see her in Scarlet, I don't know. Again, not one of those things that I'm not really aware of. But here we go with a Bruxish. We got, again, Charcadet. Ooh, another EX. And this is the terrestrialized Gyarados. So that's really cool to see. I'm loving the art on this. Now, these cards aren't textured like the VMAX were in Sword and Shield. But that glitter on there, if you can see that, it's really got an interesting design. Okay, and then right behind Gyarados. Okay. So it looks like, I think I've seen it enough at this point, that our best hits are going to be right there in the 4th slot. So, let's go ahead and play a little bit of a card trick here. We'll go ahead and start taking one from the back and moving it to the front. So, we have Dachshund, Kirlia, Meditite, Wiglet, and then, is that Kilowattrel, I believe? Generic bird Pokemon, discount Zapdos, I guess, that we got going on there. Okay. Keeping it going. So move one to the front. We have Dachshund again. We got Grimer, Kirlia. Is that Revroom? I can't remember which one's which. I fought him and then I just left him alone. I caught him and put him in my box and never used him again. And then we have the Donzo with a little Tatsuguri right there in his mouth. That's a really cool looking card. The Donzo was a Pokemon that really threw me off guard when I first saw him in the game. Because I'm like, oh my god, he's massive. But still, actually a really cool design. But keeping it going. Next pack. Here we go. We have a trainer. We have Riolu once again. Another Charcadet. Okay, so I guess Charcadet did get 2 arts. And then right behind that, Smoliv and Doliv's evolution. Is it Arboliva, I think? Another one of those Pokemon. I felt Smoliv was really pushed when the game was first announced and then kind of fell off. And then I just completely forgot about that entire evolution line, to be honest. There's the town that you go to where they have the olive that you roll around into the basket to be able to fight the trainer. And then right after that, I was like, okay, yep, I'm moving on. Didn't even think about Smoliv again after that. But next up, we have another trainer card, Meditite. We got Magikarp showing up for the first time right there in front of a lighthouse. And then we actually got a couple Magikarps I can see. We have, not even gonna lie, can't remember that Pokemon's name. Ooh, and then we got a Sandile. Okay. Swimming around out there in the sand. That's pretty cool looking. Not one of my favorite art rares, but I will definitely take it. Always happy to add to the collection. So we should be looking at least one more art rare, it looks like. And again, I cannot remember for the life of me what's in the Scarlet set. But really, I'll take anything at this point just because there's a lot of great stuff in here. I think I have to say the one I really, really hope I do not get is Spidops and Tarantula. I'm actually not a big fan of that card because I know it's kind of like a full image. You take the Spidops, put it on top of Tarantula, and it makes this whole scene where a Scyther is coming at him. I guess Spidops is using Tarantula kind of as bait, but I'm not a big fan of the artwork on that one, to be honest. But keeping it going, we have another Buizel, got Smoliv again, and then we have Sandaconda. Okay. Next up, we have, again, I believe Kilowattrel. We have Ponyard. I think that one's just Wattrel. Again, it's an electric bird. All I can think is Zapdos. I don't feel like there should be any other electric birds other than Zapdos at this point. And then we have Lucario himself. Okay. Next up, another one to the front. That other Pokemon's evolution, I know the Psychic character use it. Again, another one of those Pokemon I did not focus enough on to be able to remember the name. But here we go. We have Grimer. We got Fido, which again, I said earlier, I'm a dog person. I love Fido as well, but definitely Greavard's still better. And then, ooh, we have the EX Oinklown. I want to say Lechonk, but we have Oinklown. So loving that. It's a really great looking card. So it looks like we've gotten all the EXs. I'm assuming, I might be wrong. I have not paid attention to what kind of hit rates we're expecting to get out of these boxes. But let's keep it going and see what else we can get, because I know we have not hit a secret art rare yet. So, next 5, we got our trainer. We have, again, that thing, which, you know, I feel like the shiny on this one, from what I've seen, is so minute to this Pokemon. When you see it on the game, it's so tiny. I don't even know how people are managing to find the shiny of this one. And then we have Metachamp again. I have to tell you, the one disappointment that I really had with Scarlet and Violet is that when you find shiny Pokemon, they don't do the sparkle. They don't have the stars. I hope it gets updated at some point in time. But, you know, I'm going to admit to you something, guys. I am a little bit colorblind. So some Pokemon shinies just don't register for me. So to not have that star sparkle or whatever, it really messes with me sometimes. So I'm glad whoever developed the game set it up so when you do the quick battles, your Pokemon will not attack the shiny. But even so, I kind of wish they would bring the sparkles back when you find them out in the wild, not just specifically when you run into them in battle. But that's neither here nor there. Here we go. With our next pack, we have Muck, we have Bisharp, we have Skidoo, another Charcadet, and then Lucario again. Let's go ahead and finish off this side. I don't want to just keep flipping between sides. Here we go. We have a Tatsuguri, which I actually really like Tatsuguri a lot. I think he has a lot of attitude. Bruxish. We got the Denny for the first time. Again, I think Wattrel. And then we just have a Pokeball. Next pack. Here we go with Staraptor again. Ponyard, Drifloon, Smoliv. Ooh, okay, so we got another EX. So it looks like we don't stop at 3. So we actually have Great Tusk, which I think is a fantastic Pokemon. Based off of the lore that I'm seeing in the game, though, I don't believe this is the actual Great Tusk that they have in those books. I'm starting to really think that the Paradox Pokemon are not real Pokemon, more so imagined versions of what they thought they have found. But that's a whole different theory that I'm not going to get into in these videos. So I'm really starting to think, after what I've been reading a lot in these games, that the past Pokemon aren't really past Pokemon. The future Pokemon aren't really coming from the future. There's something with that third legendary that's having an effect on those. But we'll just go ahead and wait whenever that DLC comes out to address that theory. But here we go with another Dachshund. We got Krogunk, Sandile. We got another trainer card. Okay. We are down to our last 2 on this side. Still missing another art rare. With that being said, we have our second Wug Trio, Ponyard. We have Fido once again, and then Sandaconda. Okay. Last pack on the right side. Go with our item, Grimer, whatever that thing is. Ooh, and I think this is going to be our last art rare, but we got a cloth, which is actually, again, another one of my favorites from the new Pokemon. Definitely feel he's underrated, but I do like that he got chosen to be one of those massive Pokemon that you have to fight during the Arven storyline. So really cool to see that here. So let's go ahead and get that sleeved up. And then we will finish up the left side of this box, which, let's see, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more packs to go. Go ahead and pull this one from the top. Really excited to see what kind of secret art rare we're going to get out of this. Kind of hoping we don't pull a full art, because full arts are not my favorite to see, but now that I've spoken that, as I usually do, into existence, it's probably going to happen. We got Dullov there, Fido once again, and then our item. Next pack. Here we go with whatever that thing is. Skidoo once again. Baroom. And then, ooh, that's really cool. Got a King's Gambit. Definitely not a line or evolution line that I thought was going to get an evolution this set, but definitely I think one of the cooler, newer evolutions that we got in Scarlet and Violet. So let's go get that moved over to the side. I think he actually got an art rare too, if I recall. So definitely would love to keep a lookout for that one eventually. Okay. Here we go. We have Team Star, the Denny. We have, again, Wattrel. And then, oh, okay. So there's our secret rare. So we actually got Jock, full art Jock. So I'll take it. Would have really liked to have seen, I think Sada is in this, but hey, I'll take him. But man, that is actually still a really cool looking card, and it looks like the texture on this, some of it's actually kind of raised, which is interesting to see that they did on these. So that's really neat. I'm enjoying that. I appreciate that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get him sleeved up. And get into our last, what is it, 4 packs? 5 packs, actually. Okay, guys. So next up, I don't really know what else we can expect to pull. I think we've pulled the majority of the good stuff that we're going to get. But let's just see. We have Tatsuguri. We have Ralts, Wiglet, and then, oh, okay. We got the regular holo Armarouge. That's cool to see. Even though it's just a regular holo, I've actually seen this artwork a couple times, and I think it's a really awesome looking card. I love the artwork. Again, Ceruledge is probably my favorite between the two, but I do feel like Armarouge gets a lot of really cool art from what I've seen so far. But getting into this next one. There we go with, is this our first time pulling Drifblim? Nah, that can't be. I think it is. Okay. Well, we got Smoliv, Magikarp, Bisharp, and another EX? Okay, I wasn't thinking that they were going to have this many EX cards, but we got a Toxicroak. So look at that. Really enjoy the black on this card. Really makes that glitter shine. That's really, really cool. So it looks like you can expect to get at least 4 EXs. What is that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 5 EXs. We got 4 regular EXs, and then we got 1 Terrasilize. So definitely was not expecting that. See if we have any more surprises in these last 3. Here we go with Torkoal, Lechonk, Riolu, Seviper, and then Jock once more. last two. And as I break into this one, basically, if you guys have made it this far, I definitely appreciate you watching, as always. I really appreciate if you did the whole YouTube thing, like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell if you want to see when I'm posting new videos, and definitely share some of my videos because I love to share my openings with other people, so it would definitely help me out. I really appreciate it. And also, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this set. Again, have you managed to get any of the Japanese cards? Are you going to be sticking strictly to the English? And what do you think about just how they're doing the Scarlet and Violet set? Are you excited about EXs and all that coming back? So I'd love to know in the comments section below. Definitely, as always as well, if you don't already follow me, you can definitely follow me on my Instagram page over at neo_trainer, which as always, we'll go ahead and leave a link in the description down below. But here we go into our last pack. We have a Muck, Wattrel, we have the Denny, and we're going to end this on not a big hit, but still really cool art. So we're going to go ahead and end it there. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Keep an eye out, because I will be putting out a video for the Violet set sometime soon as well. But until then, I'll see you guys on the next opening. Thank you so much.